What's up, Internet? Another weekly update talking about body, mind, and spirit. Not doing a video next week because I'm going to be traveling, so stick around for the video. I'll tell you what's going on. Alright, our body, what's going on? Well, I mentioned in the video last week that we had a busy week, so we didn't get to the gym as much. This week, been to the gym a lot. Changed up my workouts a little bit, so I'm focusing more on cardiovascular training. So I've started, really warming up, doing at least a mile on the treadmill before I do anything. And then I do a mix of sort of weightlifting with calisthenics, and then I'll oftentimes close out with some kind of cardio circuit. So what that has helped with is it's helped with me be able to move with more freedom, which is the goal. But the way it helps is because I'm still training that muscular development, and those cardio circuits are not, they're kind of where the mobility comes in, because they're movements that are very, flexibility centric, not just, cardiovascularly centric. So yeah, it's helped a lot. And then when I go back to my weight training, I'll use the cardio circuits as a way to feel like where my body needs improvement, because it's a lot of like free movement that these circuits are. And so then I'll use the weight training to improve on where I need to move better. So that's what's going on with my body. Really liking the progress I'm seeing. Let's check out our mind. So our mind, well, I've gotten off track a little bit with using my calendar every day. I've been slacking on that, but we've been doing good so far. My notepad, my little notepad that I keep in my pocket, has helped a lot. It's helped with getting the small stuff done easier and just keeping track of all I have to do, because I'll think of stuff I got to do at the most random times in the day. Like, I'll be at work and I'll think to myself, like, oh, I gotta, send an email to this person or whatever. But then I'll actually forget to do it if I don't write it down. So having that little notebook to just write down, like, email this person. Then when I get home at the end of the day, or like today, I have a day off from work, I'll just flip open my notebook and I'll look at all the stuff I wrote down and just go down and do it. It's just a task list, and it's super, super helpful. Keeps me so organized. I've been sleeping in a little bit, because that's sort of the mental headspace I'm at, is I need to sleep in a little bit if I want to be able to really grind through the day. So I'm personally okay with losing those, when I say sleep in, I'm getting up at like 10 as opposed to 9. But that extra, hour or so of sleeping in is worth it to me, because I'm able to, use that extra recovery to push my mental space further. So that's an important thing to keep note of, is rest when you need to. You don't have to sprint through a marathon. You can sprint halfway, stop and take a breather, and then sprint the rest of the way. You can jog the whole way, sprint every once in a while. It's really just whatever pace works for you. And I personally like not sprinting through a marathon, but taking calculated bursts of productivity. So, when there's stuff that needs to be done, I really push to get it done sooner rather than later, so that I can take the time to be like, okay, I deserve, an hour to sleep in today, because, we did all of this yesterday, and so it's worth it. So, promotional stuff is going well. Just learning about where to put money, where it actually, is valuable. That's helped a lot, seen a lot of improvement with that. With this next show we're doing, August 23rd, we're going to do more print ads, because the online thing is cool, but it's not getting the turnout that I would hope for. So I'm gonna try doing more print ads and just real on-the-ground marketing, like putting them in people's mailboxes, taping them to bus stations, close to the venue, so it's the right audience. But yeah, just trying out what works, and just keeping at it. That's all you can do. You never fail at something if you learn from it. So even if something doesn't work as planned, as long as you learn why it didn't go as planned, then it's a success because you learned something. So that's what's going on with my mind. Let's check out our spirit. All right, spirit. We're in a much better space this week. I was saying last week was just crazy busy. 2 gigs the same week, doing promotion for both, rehearsing for both. It was just a lot. It was a lot. Probably won't do that again, at least the same way. Probably do it differently, but it was just a lot, because that with my work schedule, I keep saying it was a lot because it was a lot. It was a very busy week. But this week I'm traveling back home to Pennsylvania for a couple days, so that's nice. But before, I can't quite check out into vacation mode yet because I have work to do for setting up this show at the Last Call on the 23rd. Today is my day to finish the Eventbrite tickets, to finish the flyer, send it out to everybody. Gonna post about it tomorrow. But yeah, otherwise the spirit's doing well. I realized that I've been focusing so much on the new album with Church Burglars that I haven't sat down to really just make any new music, and I need to do that. I need to just make stuff from time to time, even if it's stuff that nobody ever hears. Like, I just make loops that are fun, and it's part of how I practice. I like practical practice, so I think I have it written down here. Yeah, inspiration comes from our body being able to perform what our mind is asking. So what that means in terms of how I practice is I practice by like playing things. Like, I will, whatever thing I'm working on drums, I try to apply it to a musical sense so that now I have a working drum part with this new thing that I'm working on. And then whatever I'm working on keyboard, I try to now do that with this new drum part that I've been working on. So we're combining all of our different weaknesses, quote unquote, and working on them all together at the same time to make something musical. Because at the end of the day, we're trying to make music. If it just sounds like a boring exercise, then it's just a boring exercise. But if you find out how to make it musical, then you're really not just practicing, but you're applying your practice, which has helped me a lot. I've started doing that more this week, and it's super fun. I like being in the swing of that because it keeps my mind sharp. It keeps the creative juices flowing. So that's what's going on with Body, Mind, Spirit. Not going to do a video next week. I'm telling you that now, so nobody is bitching at me when there's no video next week. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks to everybody who's been tuning in. Yeah, we're just keeping at it. Church Burglars. Check it out.